Oh, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Let's see. There's my mouse. I have three screens and my mouse is all over the place. I did have one little buddy that was going to say hello, but he got down and went away. Um, I know tomorrow we have our first of our Falling for Autumn. If you're going to be doing that with us, you'll get your Zoom link. Try to have your stuff cut. Okay, that's the first thing because that's the first thing that we're going to talk about is having your fabrics cut and bagged. That's the way that I do them. And let me see if my little bag is sitting right here. Yep. Now my bag's a little messed up because I've been working on it, but I do label and relabel each and every one of them. Here's one I haven't done yet. In the front of your book, it gives you the colors and the layouts, the patterns, and everything, and tells you how many bags you need. And so this is what I do is I just get a bunch of them and I reuse these bags over and over because once it's done, I'll cross it out. Somebody said use alcohol or something and wipe the ink off. Well, then it makes it sticky and messy, and I just draw a line through it, use permanent marker, and then reuse my same bag for the next set of projects. But you can see just in this one, pieced pumpkin 2 and 3, so that's the sections that it's going to go in. And here's the pieces that are already cut. Then when I get to that, that block, I've got all my fabrics cut. It's like prepping your recipe. It does take time, but usually what I do is I'm either listening to music, a book on tape, watching a show or a movie or something like that that kind of keeps you entertained in the background, sporting events, anything like that I don't normally stop and do. I allow myself when I've got something else going on. So a couple blocks that I did work on that are new and different techniques. Now this one you could actually, looking at the back of that truck, you could put something else on there if you wanted words or something like that. But look at this, the hay. That's going to be a different technique. Yeah, it's a different technique that we're going to be using to make the hay or the straw for in the back of the truck. All of these have little labels that get put on later on. But you've got your vinyl and lots of other things. And I'll tell you, don't be afraid to mix your fabrics, but mix your threads. And what I mean by that is sometimes you might want to use your Kingstar Metallic because you want some shine. Sometimes I just use my normal Filtech or Dime, my normal embroidery thread. And sometimes when it's tiny little writing, I'll use my Flawless, my 60 weight. And sometimes I use my matte finish because I just like the flat finish. And I'm using all of those different things in the same quilt. So don't get so wrapped up in that you have to have the exact colors of thread. Sometimes it's kind of fun to play with them. So that's one of the pieces. And it's also fun to play with the background quilting because sometimes my background quilting, I want it to kind of blend in the background. Now this one I used pretty much a colored thread that it blends because I wanted the focal point to be on the truck. Other times I want that to stand out a little bit like this one. So I used a little bit darker thread, and yes, look at that. Are those squirrels not just adorable? They also have little acorns that get added on a little bit later. This is kind of like the Shannon Cuddle fabric. I did use my water-soluble stabilizer, so some of it I still have to get that water stabilizer off, but I just thought you might want to be able to see what this one looks like. So those are different things we're going to be working on the next few weeks, Wednesdays in the sew along. I'll be there to highlight some things, give you some tips and hints along the way, and then be there to help if you need some additional help. So I wanted to share that today at 2 o'clock, we have our first in a while, our Kimberbell, the clear blue tiles. We're going to be talking about them, some of the different things that you can do with them, and we're going to be making this little zipper pouch to put some of our little sewing, our little tools and stuff in, and we're going to be quilting it. So we've got the clear blue tile zipper pouch project today at 2. Be looking for, we are going to bring back the table runners, and just trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that. I'm still working on that one. It's not going to be coming quite yet. It's a fall project. Let's see. I did run up to the store to pick up a few things and to drop off. Now, you can't see this picture too well because my printer didn't print it out very well, but a pink celebration. This is our breast cancer quilt that we're going to be doing in September, but you don't have to wait till September. There is a class then, but you can make it on your own. It's not difficult. Make it ahead of time if you want to, but we do have the kits available. I took time yesterday and actually cut mine because I got the last end of the fabric of some of it, and I needed to make sure, if something comes up short, it goes in my kit. So I did cut it. So we've got that. Those are there. You can pick them up. You can, Mike will be getting them ready to ship out. I don't know what his shipping schedule is. The class isn't until September, but like I said, it's there. And, if you know someone whose life's been touched by breast cancer, you may want to make it. It would be a good one to make and then raffle off if you're looking for something for, to do donations or, to raise money for, breast cancer. That might be, might be an option too. Or someone who's going through treatment or has, so there's all kinds of reasons that we would want to make that. While I was up there, we have, let's see, yesterday was a day of cutting kits, and today I hope to get some of them finished up. But the September Dealer Digital exclusive, I kind of got my things mixed up. August is lunch bags, little snack bags. We're going to make these cute little snack bags, and we're going to be embroidering and appliquing leather and that kind of thing, and make little lunch bags. But September, we're going to be making it's the pillow, and it's the Kimberbell blanks, and they just came in. Look at this. This is, I don't know what color. It's red. To me, it looks like it's red, but I think it's called cinnamon or something else. But take a look. These are already pre-quilted, so they already have a nice quilted design, and we're going to be stitching on them. And the design we're going to stitch is really cute. It's kind of reminds me of Queen Anne's lace flowers. So they're going to be lacy type flowers with the fringe, but a little bit different technique. So that's going to be fun. That's for September. And so we just got those. Also, in the 1st of August is our Treats for My Boo. And we just got in more of the folding storage tote blanks. So you get one of these in your kit to make. And you can see this is what it looks like. Okay, it's reminds you of a box. You get a box that you buy flat and you have to fold it up and make it, or a display. Well, that's what it kind of reminds me of. Now this one says So Happy, and that's what I'm thinking. This would be so fun to use as an embroidery project in your sewing studio. Yeah, to be able to, put your stuff in. We all need something to catch our stuff. So these are now available. They're on the website. While I was up there, Mike got them in. And what's cool is this one, when you buy it, it comes with a little, a practice sheet. What's that, a 4x6 square. not square, of course not. 4 by 6 is a rectangle. 4 by 6 practice piece. So you can practice on it before you stitch. And these are all made to be able to be stitched in. So the square is 6 by 6 by 6. And I think they're all made so that you can easily stitch them with using a 5 by 7 hoop and your sticky stabilizer. So those just came in the door. If they're of interest to you, you might want to snag one. And let me see. Kimber Bell did send me the little embellishment kit. And it's just little. There's not a whole lot in it. The new pillow for the nativity pillow. That's going to be coming out. We've got the pre-orders of the fabric and designs. And you know, the reason we do pre-orders is so you guys don't have to wait. You can use those pre-orders for your bonuses whenever you're looking for, you know, an event and you want the bonus CD and you want to make purchases for future stuff. That's one reason why we do the pre-orders. It helps us to make sure and know how many. And it gives you the opportunity to go ahead and make your reservation. Because, you know, if you wait until the day it arrives and you miss out, then you're going to be sad. So that's why, you know, we started doing pre-orders on some of this stuff when we know it's going to be released. Because I know some of you out there like to be the first ones. So that's kind of the reason that we do that. Okay. Another one. This is a biggie, guys. Oh, my nose is running. I had a long swim in the pool this morning, and when I swim in the pool, after a while, my nose wants to itch and run the rest of the day. Okay. Oh, this is okay, this is not the right flyer, but you can still see the Design and Quilt flash sale. It's almost over, guys. Monday is the end. If you have thought about getting the Design and Quilt software, it is on sale for $3.99. August 1st, the price goes back up, and the original price on it is $7.99. I mean, we've had it at a sale price, I think $6.99 when we've done events and stuff, but the regular retail on it $7.99. So if you can get it at $3.99 for the Design and Quilt, it's amazing software. And not just because I'm saying it, I use it. I've got some things going on in my head that I plan on using it more for us in the future. And when you see what I do with it, you're going to say, oh man, I wished I had that. And it won't be on sale. So now to the end of the month, and it's Monday night, midnight, sale's over, $3.99. And if you have questions, you can let us know. Also, if you go to their website, I don't know if I have it on our site or not, but if you check Design and Quilt, they have a download that you can download and play with it and see if you like it. Okay, you can't print, you can't save, but you can play with it. They also have some really good videos, and there's hundreds and hundreds of designs that are already built in. This is something that you can take your colors, your fabric, and see exactly what it's going to look like before you ever stitch it out. And I showed, last week I demoed it a little bit, and I did a little printout and showed you the pictures of the designs. It'll print out pretty much your instructions. It prints out the pieces, what size you need to cut. All of that stuff gets printed out. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you about that. And I think that's it. Oh, maybe it's right here. Is this it? Yeah, I just played around with it and just played around, pretended like that was a panel in the middle. So you could take a panel, put a border, and design outside blocks all the way around the outside. It's kind of what I'm trying to do with panels and such. But that was just one of the things. Have a focal fabric in the middle, or this is actually another block. So this was just something I designed really super quick and shared with everybody last week. And let me just see if I was able to, when I printed it, it printed out this page. Then, and you can choose what you want to print. Page 2 told me what size, printed out my finished size. You determine that, the printed size. It printed out how many blocks, how many pieces in each block, and that was for this center. So since this was stitched out, it told me how many pieces was in there. My border, my sizes, and you can tell it, you can do borders with the little setting squares, you can do mitered corners, all of those things. It lets you pick and choose all that stuff. And then it told me my border blocks, how many pieces, I needed for those border blocks. And let me see, then the next thing it did was, again, I picked a block that had a bunch of pieces, so it actually gave me each and every color and size piece of fabric all the way down. And it gave me a list of the colors, because I just used plain colors. I didn't put in my fabrics. But you can snap a picture of fabric from our website, from fabric that you have, so you can audition it before you ever do anything else. And you can also grab pictures off of the internet of the fabrics. And look here, this is just one of the border blocks. And you've got your pieces that you would sew together to make that block. And it's all numbered out. Let's see as it goes all the way through. Yeah. When I printed it, it printed a gazillion pages. But you don't have to do that. Paper piecing, you want to do something with paper piecing, all of those things. So if you are interested, now is the time. Don't delay. Grab it before the end of the month. Okay, we've got it available on our website. Again, it's the Quilter Select software. Okay, so with that being said, let me see, last call for surveys. Okay, next week on Tuesday, we're going to go over and talk about the surveys and some of the things on there. It was a chance for people to play a game. We just took A.A. White, and they came up with some really cool words for each of the letters. And then you had the opportunity to tell us something you liked about our shop, something you'd like to see us change, something you'd like to see us discontinue. It was your opportunity to give us a little bit of a report card and to help us as we plan throughout this year and early part of next year, because I'm working way out ahead. A few slots left for the quilt behind me. If you want to jump in, that's coming up in a couple weeks. That's our new block of the month. After that, that'll be the last block of the month that we're going to be doing until next year. Until that's going to finish out. We have one going on now. We're going to be working on that one. And that'll be the last one until I'm looking at some things for next year. So, and some other new classes and things. And I am taking everything that you guys are writing down, I'm taking to heart. Things, if we can make changes, we will. Some things we can't do. Obviously we can't, but anyway. Let's see. Challenge for this month. We're winding that down. Your charm packs, your charm pack challenge, and got something up my sleeve coming up next week for next month. So make it a great afternoon. Enjoy yourself and go sew something.